What if I told you that growing right in your backyard, perhaps hidden in plain sight or tucked away in a corner of your local botanical garden, is a bitter leaf so potent it can silently dismantle the toxic buildup inside your veins, crush soaring blood sugar spikes, revitalize a weary liver, and act as a biological shield against recurring infections? Would you continue to walk past it as if it were just another weed? Or would you stop in your tracks and realize that by ignoring this ancient powerhouse, you have been making a catastrophic mistake for your long-term health? Think about the last time you looked in the mirror and noticed a small breakout on your chin, a random patch of itchy skin on your arm, or perhaps a persistent case of dandruff that just won't go away. We usually treat these as isolated annoyances, reaching for a quick-fix cream or a specialized shampoo. But what if those surface-level irritations are actually desperate distress signals from deep within your body? What if they are the outward manifestations of a liver struggling under the weight of environmental toxins, blood that has become sluggish and impure, and an immune system that is waving a white flag of surrender? The terrifying truth is that most people spend their entire lives treating the symptoms while the root cause continues to fester and grow, eventually leading to a complete systemic breakdown. When you hear the word Neem, what is the first thing that comes to mind? For many, it is a memory of an incredibly bitter taste, perhaps a forced remedy from childhood, or a simple home paste used for a bee sting. However, this narrow perspective is dangerously incomplete. Here at Senior Wellness Hive, we are uncovering a reality that seasoned health practitioners in the United States have observed for decades. They have seen patients spend thousands of dollars on synthetic solutions while completely undervaluing the biological miracle of the neem tree. Most people think it's just for minor skin issues, but the scientific reality is far more profound. In the ancient texts of holistic medicine, Neem was referred to as the free tree of India or the village pharmacy. These aren't just poetic titles. They are descriptions of a plant that acts as a natural antimicrobial, a blood purifier, and a multi-organ regenerator. Modern clinical research conducted in labs across the USA has begun to validate what ancient wisdom always knew. Neem extracts contain bioactive compounds capable of inhibiting the growth of acne-causing bacteria, various viral strains, and stubborn fungal infections. This means that instead of fighting 10 different battles with 10 different medications, you can challenge the underlying pathogens and inflammation with this one single botanical force. Consider the cycle of skincare. When a pimple appears, you apply a chemical-laden cream. When you itch, you reach for a steroid. When dandruff flakes fall, you use a harsh detergent shampoo. The problem disappears for a week, only to come roaring back with a vengeance. Why? Because the source, the internal toxicity and the microbial imbalance, remains untouched. Neem's specialty lies in its refusal to play this symptom-masking game. It travels to the very root of the issue, working to reduce internal infection, assisting the body in purifying the bloodstream, and significantly lowering the risk of reinfection by making your system an inhospitable environment for harmful microbes. But the story doesn't end at the surface of your skin. Most Americans don't realize that the liver is the silent, tireless worker of the body. Given our modern diet, filled with processed oils, hidden sugars, fast food breakfasts, and a lack of proper hydration, the liver is under an invisible, constant state of siege. Over time, it becomes exhausted and loses its ability to filter out metabolic waste effectively. This tired liver syndrome manifests as brain fog, chronic fatigue, digestive discomfort, and even poor mental health. Research suggests that the bitter components in Neem can actually stimulate the liver's natural detoxification pathways, helping to flush out impurities and restore your energy levels from the inside out. Fluctuating blood sugar is another silent predator in today's world. Think about the typical American breakfast: a heavy muffin, a sugary cereal, or a processed juice. We often don't feel the damage until it's too late. Scientific analysis has indicated that neem extract can play a supportive role in maintaining a healthy blood sugar balance. This isn't a magic pill, but rather a biological assistant that supports the body's natural regulatory systems, helping to stabilize the highs and lows that lead to long-term health complications. Furthermore, we must address the foundation of your survival, the immune system. Recurring colds, persistent respiratory issues, and mysterious rashes are all red flags that your internal defense force is weakened. Neem contains organic compounds that have been shown to support white blood cell activity, keeping your primary defense line active and ready. This means your body becomes better equipped to fight off environmental stressors before they turn into full-blown illnesses. When it comes to scalp health or fungal issues, Neem has been a trusted ally for centuries. In fact, many people in states like Florida or California, where humidity can lead to fungal skin issues, are turning back to these natural solutions. Whether it's a minor cut or a persistent scalp irritation, Neem's ability to limit microbial growth can accelerate the healing process and provide relief where chemicals often fail. The most frightening part of our modern health culture is how well we have learned to ignore our bodies. We tell ourselves that a little fatigue or a bit of inflammation is just part of getting older, but your body never sends a signal without a reason. Neem offers a natural, conscious way to address these signals before they escalate. This discussion isn't just about a bitter leaf. It is a call to face the reality that we have neglected the power of nature for far too long. To view Neem as just a home remedy for skin is to deny its status as a multidimensional biological powerhouse. It is time for us to think differently, learn deeply, and make decisions based on physiological truth rather than marketing hype. For a long time, we have limited our understanding of Neem to just clearing up a rash. But the truth is, the effectiveness of Neem extends to layers of the human body that are invisible to the naked eye. There are silent processes happening inside you right now, biochemical reactions that are either building health or laying the foundation for chronic disease. Neem enters this invisible battlefield and starts working where it matters most. You may have noticed that many seniors struggle with recurring joint pain. Whether it's the knee, the lower back, or the small joints in the fingers, the pain seems to come and go, often leaving the area swollen, red, or warm to the touch. This isn't just old age. This is systemic inflammation, what modern science calls the silent killer. In this state, your immune system becomes confused and begins attacking its own healthy tissue. Neem contains specific active ingredients like nimbin and nimbidin that act as natural anti-inflammatories. They help inhibit the chemicals, like prostaglandins and cytokines, that cause your joints to throb and swell. By lowering this internal heat, Neem can help restore mobility and comfort to your daily life. To understand why reducing inflammation is so vital, we have to look at metabolic inflammation. When our diet is heavy in refined carbs and fried foods, it creates a low-grade, constant fire in the body. This fire leads to insulin resistance and fatty liver disease. Neem acts as a potent antioxidant, neutralizing free radicals, those unstable molecules that bounce around your body damaging healthy cells. By quenching these sparks, Neem helps protect your cellular integrity and keeps your metabolism running smoothly. Let's talk specifically about blood sugar. In many traditional health systems, this tree was the primary tool for managing what we now call diabetes. Modern studies show that neem leaf extract can actually help lower fasting blood sugar levels. It does this by supporting the beta cells in the pancreas and improving insulin sensitivity. This means your cells become more efficient at taking sugar out of the bloodstream and using it for energy. Again, we at Senior Wellness Hive must remind you, this is not a replacement for your prescribed medication, but it is a powerful companion to a healthy lifestyle and medical guidance. Now, consider the liver, the body's primary chemical processing plant. Every pill you swallow, every ounce of pollution you breathe, and every gram of processed fat you eat must be processed by the liver. When we skip water and live on quick snacks, the liver begins to store fat, and its enzyme levels become erratic. Neem's hepatoprotective qualities help shield liver cells from damage and support the detoxification process. It helps the body clear out what is referred to in holistic circles as toxic waste, allowing the liver to rejuvenate and function at peak capacity. It's incredible to think that a single leaf can operate on so many levels. It doesn't just clean the outside of the house, it fixes the plumbing and the electrical system too. However, the power of any botanical depends on how you use it. You must understand the correct dosages and methods to see these results. One of the most overlooked benefits of neem is oral health. Long before the invention of synthetic toothpaste and fluoride rinses, people used neem twigs as natural toothbrushes. This wasn't just a lack of technology, it was a sophisticated health choice. Modern microbiology shows that neem prevents the growth of Streptococcus mutans, the primary bacteria responsible for cavities and plaque. If you struggle with bleeding gums or gingivitis, the antiseptic properties of neem can strengthen the gum tissue and eliminate the bacteria that cause bad breath and decay. Moving down to the digestive tract, we find the gut microbiome, the trillions of microbes that dictate your health. When this balance is off, you feel bloated, acidic, and sluggish. Neem's bitter compounds actually stimulate the secretion of digestive juices and help control harmful gut bacteria and parasites. For those who feel heavy after meals or suffer from chronic indigestion, neem can help normalize gut motility and create a cleaner internal environment. And what about your hair? While many people think neem grows hair, that isn't exactly true. What it does is far more important. It treats the scalp. By eliminating fungal growth and dandruff, it creates a healthy, non-inflamed environment where your existing hair can thrive and stay rooted. It's like preparing the soil before you expect the plants to grow. To truly boost your immune system, you need more than just vitamin C. You need a system that can recognize and react to threats quickly. Neem's bioactive components support the functionality of white blood cells, ensuring your body's natural response is sharp. This is why many people who incorporate neem into their wellness routine find they aren't as susceptible to the seasonal bugs that go around the office or the neighborhood. So, how do you actually use this in your daily life? Because neem is so powerful, the dosage is critical. If you are using fresh leaves, just 2 to 3 leaves in the morning on an empty stomach is usually enough. You want to chew them thoroughly so the enzymes in your saliva can begin the absorption process. Then follow it with a glass of warm water to help it move through your system. If you prefer the powdered form, about half a teaspoon, 2 to 3 grams, is the standard amount. You can mix it with water or, if the bitterness is too much, a little bit of raw honey. For those who want the convenience of a supplement, look for a high-quality 300 milligrams to 500 milligrams capsule. A quick tip for those with sensitive stomachs. Never take neem on a completely empty stomach if you are prone to acidity. Take it after a light meal instead. For external issues, neem oil is your best friend. For localized breakouts, a tiny dab with a cotton swab works wonders. For dandruff, mix a few drops into your coconut or jojoba oil and massage it into your scalp before showering. Neem is an extraordinary biological force hidden in a common tree. When used with respect and consistency, it can transform your skin, your liver, your digestion, and your overall vitality. Health isn't a stroke of luck. It's the result of the small, conscious decisions you make every day. Listen to your body, respect the power of nature, and keep moving forward on your journey to wellness.